Walk into almost any social environment and you'll notice something interesting. The moment a new person arrives, attention shifts, heads turn, conversations begin, curiosity ignites. But in some communities, that attention can become far more intense. Whether we're talking about social circles centered around infidelity, communities built around sexual encounters, individuals struggling with compulsive sexual behavior, or criminal predators seeking vulnerable targets, one recurring theme appears again and again: the arrival of someone new, the presence of fresh meat in the water. What is it about a fresh face that captures so much attention? Why does novelty seem to hold such extraordinary power over certain people, oftentimes even causing a true feeding frenzy? And why are some individuals willing to risk relationships, reputations, careers, freedom, and even prison simply for the opportunity to pursue someone they've never had access to before? Today we're exploring the psychology of novelty, pursuit, and obsession. Not to equate very different groups with one another, but to examine a common human impulse that can manifest in dramatically different ways. Human beings are naturally attracted to novelty. Psychologists have long understood that the brain responds strongly to new experiences. Novel situations trigger curiosity and anticipation. We become interested before we even know whether the experience itself will be rewarding. In many ways, anticipation can be more stimulating than possession. The unopened gift often creates more excitement than the gift itself. Children oftentimes are noticed to be more interested in the packaging of the gift than the gift itself. Hence, the chase can feel more rewarding than the catch. For many people, novelty remains balanced by responsibility, empathy, and self-control. They experience curiosity and move on. But for some individuals, novelty becomes a powerful force that can overwhelm judgment. In some social environments, newcomers quickly become the center of attention. Why? Part of the answer lies in uncertainty. People already known within a group have established histories. Their personalities, preferences, strengths, and flaws are familiar. A newcomer represents possibility, yet physically they are generally more of the same. And yet mentally they are an unanswered question. They are a story that hasn't been written. For individuals who derive excitement from pursuit itself, the new person can become disproportionately attractive simply because they are unexplored territory. The attraction is not necessarily about beauty. It may not even be about compatibility. Sometimes the attraction is rooted primarily in novelty itself. It's a simple fact that many men who cheat on good-looking spouses do so with someone significantly less good-looking. Some studies show that if the wife or girlfriend is an 8, the cheater will often go after a 6 or even a 4. If they aren't seeking and finding a new partner who's more attractive than what they already have, why are they actually risking everything? Is it the novelty, the pursuit, the risk itself? In most instances, it's merely the scent of fresh meat in the water, and like sharks in a frenzy, they simply eat, without even considering the bigger picture. While women can certainly exhibit novelty-seeking behavior, many researchers have observed that men often place a particularly strong emphasis on pursuit. Part of this may stem from evolutionary pressures that historically rewarded risk-taking, competition, exploration, and mate-seeking behavior. Throughout history, many social experiments placed men in the role of initiator. Approach first, take the risk, face rejection, compete with rivals, win access. As a result, some men develop a mindset in which achievement becomes intertwined with acquisition. The goal isn't merely connection. The goal becomes conquest. This mindset can become especially dangerous when a person's self-worth becomes dependent upon obtaining validation from new people. Once one target is obtained, attention shifts elsewhere. The satisfaction is temporary. The pursuit begins again. Many people assume infidelity occurs because a relationship is terrible. Sometimes that's true. Often it isn't. Many affairs occur in relationships that appear stable from the outside. The attraction may have less to do with the existing partner and more to do with the intoxicating effect of novelty, the secret, the uncertainty, the risk. Similarly, individuals experiencing compulsive sexual behavior frequently describe a cycle in which familiar experiences lose their intensity. What once produced excitement becomes routine. They seek increasingly novel experiences in an attempt to recreate the original emotional high, just like any other drug. The pattern resembles many forms of compulsive behavior. The reward isn't necessarily the outcome, it's the anticipation. At this point, we must draw a clear and important distinction. There is a vast moral and legal difference between consensual adult behavior and criminal exploitation. Yet even among criminal sexual predators, investigators frequently encounter the same underlying fascination with novelty and access. Predators often become fixated on obtaining someone who is perceived as vulnerable, inexperienced, or easier to manipulate. What appears irrational to outsiders begins to make sense when viewed through the lens of obsession. The pursuit itself becomes the focus. The predator may convince himself that he won't get caught, that the rules don't apply to him, that this one opportunity is worth the risk. This distorted thinking helps explain why some offenders are willing to sacrifice careers, marriages, reputations, and freedom. The obsession narrows their field of vision, consequences fade into the background. The target becomes the only thing that matters. This does not excuse the behavior. It helps explain how someone can make decisions that seem incomprehensible to everyone around them. The phrase fresh meat reveals something uncomfortable about human nature. For some people, newcomers are viewed as individuals. For others, newcomers are viewed as opportunities. That difference is crucial. Healthy interest respects autonomy. Unhealthy interest objectifies. Healthy curiosity asks, who is this person? Obsessive curiosity asks, what can I get from this person? One recognizes humanity, the other sees a target. So what have we learned? Not that swingers, cheaters, compulsive sexual behavior sufferers, and criminal predators are the same thing. They are not. The differences between consensual adult choices and criminal exploitation are enormous. But we can observe a common psychological thread in some individuals across very different contexts. The powerful attraction of novelty, the excitement of pursuit, the fascination with the unexplored. Understanding that impulse helps us recognize both healthy and unhealthy forms of desire. Because the moment another human being stops being a person and becomes merely a prize, an opportunity, or a target, we're no longer talking about connection, we're talking about objectification. And that may be the most important distinction of all. If you liked this video, please subscribe, and thank you again for watching. If for whatever reason you ever find yourself at a swingers club, watch the reaction when the door opens and in walks someone new, particularly a new female. Conversations noticeably reduce or stop altogether. Glasses are put down. Several men suddenly straighten up, push out their chests, preen themselves even. This is more than a novelty. It is fresh meat, the scent of new blood in the water, and the sharks begin to circle.